Welcome back to the bar. This is your favorite childhood. I don't know. Some of you didn't watch this as children. These are your favorite bitches from the past. Blast from the past bitches. This is bitch number 1, Christy.
And bitch number 2, Kelly.
Are you mad that I'm number 1 bitch? Should you be number 1 bitch? I always offer that to you.
No, you're always number 1.
I just have to point out before we start, I really love your shirt. That's a really fancy? Pretty shirt.
Oh gosh.
I think it's cute.
Yeah, I mean this open shouldered shirt's not in style anymore.
No,
I'm getting another use out of it, wearing it with you guys.
I don't love that part of it, but I do think, considering the other choices that we have in this episode, this is one of the better ones.
Yes, I agree.
Oh my God. We really showed up in our sequins this episode, which we can talk about. I feel like in addition to headbands, we need to have a drink every time we see someone in sequins not on stage, because there's a lot of them.
Yes. I actually even wore one this week, and I never wear sequins.
I know.
I don't know what the heck I was thinking.
We showed up because this was season 2.
Yeah.
So we're finally here in season 2. But before we even start, we have to begin with all of our housekeeping at the beginning. So number 1, let's start by thanking our Patreons. These are everyone who went over to patreon.com/backtothebar and subscribe to our Patreon channel to get all of that juicy behind the scenes special episodes that we just can't talk about here. You're laughing, but it's true. Some of that shit that goes down on Patreon, I'm like, I can't believe we told that story.
I know.
All
People
right.
think I'm bad.
Kelly, people thought you were bad before the Patreon.
You think?
I do. But that's okay. People like bad.
I'm good bad, right?
You're good bad. Yeah,
yes.
Good bad. All right, so let's thank Nicole, Bria, Jackie, Samantha, Taylor, Julia, Kayla, 2 Kaylas, Julie, Lark, Michelle, Kristen, Amy, Dominique, Aaron, Lindsay, Mishka, Katie, Casey, Stacy, Brooke, Allie, Carrie Ann, Mantha, Saucy, Sarah, Tessa, Sarah, Tracy, Zandrian, Amy, Summy, Jennifer, Kayla, Alma, Katie, Jennifer, Macy, Sierra, Nat Lowe, Kelby, Marina, Amanda, Paisley, Danielle, Anavea, Arashi, Alexandra, Jessica, Mari, Agata, Latasha, Elizabeth, Caroline, Gabrielle, Dylan, Georgia Lou, McKenna, Grace, Libby, Nino, Angelino, Sarah, Samantha, Jana, Georgia, Haley, Brian, Erica, Natalie, Katie, Taryn, Jessica, Danielle, Micah, Danielle, Kara, Jess, Sarah, Megan, Alana, Stacy, Coral, Holly, Stephanie, Genevieve, Jennifer, Michaela, Haley, Mackenzie, Alex, Lauren, Bailey, Sinead, Joanna, Mackenzie, Lainey, B, Marta, Madeline, Michaela, Angelina, Jessica, Jennifer, Kelly, Sarah, Elise, Crystal, Kaylin, Jennifer, Heather, Courtney, and Cass. Thank you guys.
My goodness, there's still so many.
So many, Kelly. So many. And I get so nervous saying their names because I know I'm going to screw them up.
I'm glad you're saying them because I probably wouldn't pronounce half of them correct.
Well, I mean, I probably am not pronouncing them correct either. But look, best intent. Yes. If I screwed up your name, I am so sorry. Sorry. All right. Well, what you drinking there, you little bitch?
I have another drink from the mixologer. Like I had to do that last week. Okay, here it is. Like, let me show you. It's kind of hard to see.
Oh, it's pretty.
There's chocolate.
What the hell?
And orange. And here's what it's called: the chocolate stallion.
Wait a second. Is there something gold in there?
That's my ice cubes.
You have gold ice cubes?
Yeah.
Let me see those.
Oh, well, they're in my drink.
How do you have gold ice cubes? You're so fancy.
They're ice cubes that they are in a little thing, and so they don't melt and water down your drink. I bought them online.
You are an online shopper. Do you drink and shop? Because that's the best. Because then it's like a surprise when it shows up at your door. Yeah. You don't remember.
Yeah. Well, I've been getting that. I'm like, oh, I didn't remember ordering that.
Yeah, that's my favorite game.
Yeah.
I always thank Drunk Christy for what she sends to my house. I love her.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, oh my, what was I thinking? But so now this is tequila, agave syrup, orange bitter, chocolate bitters, and a manicured orange peel, and then the chocolate. But look how cute. They give you these little things. Like it's like today, like what's that, Home Fresh or whatever?
Hello
like
Fresh.
These are the little bitters. Like they give them to you in the little bottles. So they give you everything. They send you the orange peels. They send you everything. I love it.
Mixologer. Okay, they do not sponsor this podcast, but they're going to sponsor my life because I'm about to order.
I'm telling you.
This is so cute.
I know. Oh. And each month is a different alcohol, I think. Like this month it was tequila. Next month it'll be like, I don't know. I think the month before it was rum. So maybe next month it'll be vodka or something. But it's kind of cool just to try. Like I would have never tried that drink.
Is it good?
I haven't tried it yet. I'm saving it for you guys.
Oh, okay. Do you want to taste it? Do a taste test. Let's see. How does it taste?
I'm gonna have to remove my chocolate because
well, that's your snack for later. Although I did see you eating pepperoni and crackers.
Yeah. You could definitely taste the bitters.
Really?
This is a really strong drink though.
Oh,
there's
Christ.
Nothing really in it other than tequila. So I'm really going to have to just do some sipping today because it is 11 o'clock on a Monday morning and I'm drinking straight tequila.
You're a good time girl, Cal.
Yeah. And I'm really not a tequila girl.
No, I don't love tequila. You've had tequila a lot on the show.
I know, because I got that free bottle from New York and I might as well use it up. Miami, yeah. I'm using that shit up.
Kelly does not pass up free alcohol.
Hell no. Well, it's here. I tell you, I don't buy I don't really keep alcohol at my house other than wine.
Yeah.
So it's here. So I figure I might as well use it up.
Sure. Well, I definitely am going to check that out. One thing I wanted to tell you, on the Patreon, someone left a comment because you were bitching about ice cubes watering down your wine. And they said to freeze grapes and put your grapes, a frozen little grape.
Oh, that's cute. But I found these little ice cubes. I forget where I bought those. But I actually bought some glasses from them too. But I
need to go online shopping.
They're cute because you just stick them in the freezer and they come in a little case and you stick them in the freezer and freeze them and then just rinse them off and put them back in.
And you have gold ice cubes. That's in honor of Chloe's gold costume that didn't fit.
Yeah, that did not fit this week. That I have on my notes. That's the worst costume she ever got.
Yeah,
and it's not bad. I would have accepted it, but it is definitely her.
It's not hers, and they didn't give it to her. I'm going to tell you where that costume came from.
Okay.
Okay. So I am drinking in honor. Well, okay. So we go to North Carolina this week. So this is called the Carolina Sweet Tart, but I'm going to call it the Carolina Whore in honor of you.
I'm a whore?
Oh, you're not a whore.
I'm a whore?
You're not a whore, but you accuse someone else of being a whore.
Yes, but we'll get into that later too, of why that happened.
We will get into that. So this is a little aggressive for me on a Monday morning. I'm not going to lie.
What's in it?
Okay, so it has vodka. Okay. Then it has whiskey. I am not a whiskey drinker, especially on a Monday morning, but it has a little tiny bit. It has a whole shot of vodka and like a fourth of a shot of Carolina whiskey. And then it has triple sec, orange juice, Sprite, splash of cranberry, and then you're supposed to garnish with a strawberry. I don't have a strawberry, but then it has
mint, but of course you have all the alcohol.
And I have mint. This is actually really good. It's really, really good.
I don't mind whiskey.
I don't love whiskey. I had a really bad experience with Scotch once. So whiskey, Scotch, not my favorite. Well, isn't Irish car bombs whiskey?
Yeah.
Ugh.
I think so. Ugh. No, it's not whiskey.
What is it?
An Irish car bomb, I think it's just a Guinness beer and Baileys, and you drop the Baileys.
That's right. Yeah. I thought there was whiskey in it.
No,
my bad.
Yeah.
Sorry. Well, those are our drinks. So we are all set for this episode.
Yay.
I'm excited for you to recap this one.
Well, I'm not. I hate recapping.
No, but I think I have a lot of commentary about this episode because I think that this is this
seemed like a very long episode.
It did seem long, and
like
and
my notes, I normally
shorter.
have like 5 or 6 pages of notes. I think I got like 8.
Well, what's interesting is that you say it seems longer. It was actually shorter than any of the episodes from season 1 because it always gives me the time. And I always look, I'm like, oh, that's 43 minutes. This one was only 39 and a half. So first of all, we must have had more ads at this point. So the episodes are shorter, but this is really, and you can completely tell that we knew we were on TV now. Like you can tell when you watch this. I think the whole tone completely shifts from season 1 into this
season
episode.
2.
Yeah. Did you feel that too?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And some of it's really fun and some of it really sucks. So
yes.
Yeah.
So this episode is called Everyone's Replaceable. And we know that.
I wrote for fakes. That was my note for fakes.
And we are in Greensboro, North Carolina. And we open up in Pittsburgh with Melissa doing an interview saying that she's going into the season with an open mind, no negative thoughts, only positive thinking.
And ruffled shirts.
The only thing I could get over on that was that it was like Pepto-Bismol, that shirt with all them ruffles. It was like Pepto-Bismol just like exploding in her belly, you know? That's all I could think of.
It was bad. You know what I noticed when they opened up in Pittsburgh and they showed the studio? So here we are, season 2. The show at this point had been on because we started filming in October. So all of season 1 had aired. I mean, it was like a bona fide hit. You can see no one has fixed the potholes. There are still giant potholes in that.
Of course not. Abby's hoping one of us fall in there and die.
And this is also the first time Abby from the room screams, "Girls, let's go!" Because before we would all just walk in. Now she starts bellowing for us.
Now she has to show her authority. We're in season 2. She's becoming the diva.
Oh, and Melissa.
Speaking of divas, there's no Holly. That Holly gets out of working.
I know.
So Abby tells Nia, she asks her, "Where's your mom?" Nia says she's at work. And Abby tells her she needs to leave her job and forget it and be here with Nia.
Doesn't she tell all of us that we need to get a job and get out?
Exactly. Mm-hmm. But because she's not there
and
wrong. Everybody else is. Yeah.
I like when she says to Nia, "Not going to happen." No, it's happening, Abby. Like Holly's not there. So it did happen.
Yeah. Like I just don't understand how she thinks her bills get paid if people don't work. You know, she's always complaining, "Oh, we don't pay your bill. You don't pay your bill." Well, guess what? If like Holly doesn't go to work, she might not be able to pay her bill.
Yeah, and she doesn't take Discover anymore. So.
Exactly. Thanks to me.
But I think before we go on, we need to have a drink, even though Abby is not wearing a headband. We need to have a drink because I am wearing some ugly mom jeans.
Always.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Nia looked cute. I loved her natural hair and that she does an interview coming up. And she has her natural hair and her pink eyeshadow on.
She looks cute. But did you see all of our girls standing in pyramid? What was happening before we started filming that every single one of them have eyeliner glitter on?
I don't know. They were like, "Man, it's season 2. We're going all out with the glitter eyeshadow."
They all have the same color glitter eyeshadow on. It's not even eyeshadow.
They were probably all just sitting there doing it together. Yeah.
Glitter eyeliner. It's hilarious.
Oh my goodness. We go to an interview of Abby saying she feels bad for Nia because all the kids' moms are here and Nia's isn't. And I just have to say about the peacock feather pin.
You see me?
I wasn't even looking at you. I was reading my notes. Yes, I have a big thing.
I'm doing the peacock feather pin motion.
But I also do have to say, like, that was very ugly. But her outfit for Pyramid actually was pretty nice today.
Yes, but she's wearing sequins. So if we're drinking for sequins, let's have a drink.
Oh my God, you're going to kill me. This is this really strong drink today.
Yeah, and there's a lot of sequins.
I only went through 3 sentences and I've already had 3 drinks.
Yeah. There's a lot of sequins to be had. She definitely lost the flip-flop shirt between season 1 and season 2.
Yes. Yeah. So we're being told that we're national champions and that people know us from the video. So we are a target.
This, so everyone understands, when we talk about breaking the 4th wall, this is one of those things that we can't break the 4th wall. So obviously the video becomes code for the show.
Yeah.
So when we say like people know us from the video, what we're really saying is people know us from the show. So this is one of those things that like we're saying
we had to have a reason why we were known.
Exactly.
And that makes the most sense.
And everything Abby is saying about it is completely correct, because once the show aired and it was a hit, everyone did want to beat us so that they could be like, hey, we beat the Dance Mom girls. It was a real thing, but it wasn't because of the video. So every time she talks about the video, it's really the show.
The show. Yeah. So Abby's telling us that, you know, we have a target on our head, that everybody is after the ALDC. Everybody wants to see us fail. And then she points out that there's no Kathy here and that she is doing a casting call. Ugh. And then we go to me saying, I'm nervous that my kids are going to be replaced. I wanted to say like, no, I wasn't really nervous. I was kind of praying.
But you're wearing sequins. So
I know I was fancy. I never wear sequins. I don't know why I had sequins on.
When she announces that that audition though, the drama of our faces all close up. We're all like, meanwhile.
You're telling us how everyone's replaceable, and we know that you've heard that everybody's replaceable, and so is she.
And I'm wearing a one sequin top.
A what?
One shouldered sequin top.
Oh yeah, I didn't like that top. Was that the blue one?
Yeah, I didn't like it either. But you have to drink, Kelly. Those are sequins.
I did not like that.
I didn't either. Look, I don't still own that, although I might.
You better not have me drink too much. I'm not going to be able to read my notes.
I can't help it. I'm not the one who wore all the sequins. You were guilty.
I only wore one the entire freaking time I was on Dance Moms. We can let me slide.
Okay.
So Abby tells us that Kenzie can't sit on the couch and eat chips. She's not 6 and under category anymore. And Brooke's at the bottom of the pyramid because she took a break this summer.
Well, God forbid.
Yes. And what that means is we have summer intensives, usually like booty camp, and we did not go because we went on vacation. Oh. And so she tells Paige, you know, you can't go on vacation. The new rule is dancing year round, which we always danced year round.
Always.
Basically. So I don't know why that's a new rule.
I think, is that the year you had bought your house in Florida at that point, or no? Was it the following year that you bought your house?
No, I think I had it then.
Because one of the summers, I don't remember when, between seasons, Chloe came down and stayed with you guys for a while. And that's when she put a hole in your wall because they were wrestling. Yeah. And she has
my brand new house.
Your brand new house. She has a hole in your wall. But she has the biggest scar on her back from that.
Oh my goodness.
Still. To this day, every time I see it, Kelly, it looks like she got in a knife fight. It's terrible.
Oh my
so
goodness.
I hope your wall looks better than her back.
Yeah, it does. I had it fixed.
A good thing.
And then Abby tells us that Nia wants to win a title and that your mom doesn't care because she's not here.
That's such bullshit.
I know. And we go to Nia in the interview and she says, I'm the one that needs to be here all the time, not my mom. She has to work, which is so true.
Yeah.
Like, why does Holly have to be there? Nia's the one that has to be there to learn the dances. We just sit upstairs and annoy Abby, supposedly. So why is she insisting that Holly be there other than to just make poor Nia feel bad?
I just hate that she's like, your mother could care less. Why would you say that to a kid? That's terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, she doesn't feel bad enough that her mom, it's like, she knows her mom's not there.
Yeah.
Like, don't rub it in. So then Abby tells us that Chloe did the video and she's professional now. People are going to recognize her. Mm-hmm. And that's a lot of pressure. And then we go to interview you saying she did the video and she's still at the bottom, not at the top of the pyramid.
Wasn't the whole thing to be a professional?
Exactly.
Yes. She got the lead. You would think that she would have been at the top, but nope. National title.
But Maddie won the national title.
Yeah.
So a national title at a dance competition trumps getting a professional job.
Now keep that in mind, because later on down the road, that is not the case on Dance Moms.
Yes. Maddie, Chloe, and Nia are all getting solos today. Abby says that Maddie's in the 9 and up category now. And Maddie tells us she's not nervous. So that's good. And she tells us we're going to Greensboro, North Carolina to dance troops. That we're doing a new number. We're Sassy Dolls. And we only have 1 week to learn it.
which is always the case. So I don't
Exactly.
know why this is such
I
a big
have
deal.
that. I have that wrote down too. Like most of the time we learned it in like 3 or 4 days, not a whole week.
I know, but she made such a big deal about that. And I'm thinking, what did I miss? Like, is there something I missed there? Yeah. I don't know.
Abby tells us that it's tough to stay at the top and be winners. But we have James teaching our girls the routine.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I was excited to see James.
Yeah. But Abby tells us that we are like space cadets. It's a high energy jazz routine.
I'm pretty sure she said hot, high energy jazz.
Oh, okay.
Hot is involved. But she said we're like space cadets. I thought that was an underhanded dig.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Upstairs, we're bitching.
Of course.
You're bitching that Chloe's not at the top when she got the job. And I'm telling you, please, mine are at the bottom. Oh my God. All we do is whine.
Whiny bitches.
Yes. But then we go to the girls practicing and Abby's saying everybody's hands in a different place. And why doesn't someone speak up and
they're afraid of you?
It should be. Exactly. And she says that none of them are going to be the dance captains because none of them spoke up. If they would have asked, it would have been like, okay, Brooke, this is why you're stupid, because you don't know where it's supposed to go.
None of them knew. But remember when they said that the prop was too heavy because they were speaking up?
Yeah. Then
they got screamed at that they were unprofessional. So
exactly. So now they're supposed to speak up because nobody knows where their hand's supposed to be. Maybe you should tell them where it's supposed to be. Yeah. Obviously, they didn't give that exact thing, or one of them would have had it in the right place.
Yep.
She needs to give better instructions, I think. So then you say about how we're having the open auditions, and that's scary. Mm-hmm. And I say it will be weird having somebody else in our group, and I think it is.
It is. And
like it was weird having Kathy there because she wasn't part of the history, and that just kind of
it was odd.
Yeah. So I think somebody else will be the same way. I don't think it was Kathy that made it awkward. I think bringing anybody into the group would be awkward.
Yeah. And season 1 was very isolated because it was just us. Yes, Kathy was part of it, but now that we're in season 2 and the door opens, we have new people all the friggin' time.
Yeah.
And there's so many reasons and problems that we have with new people that people watching don't realize why that would be annoying. And I'm sure we'll talk about it as we get through it. That's one thing I did like about season 1 is that it was us. No one knew what we were doing. No one cared about the show. And you can see a big shift now, even in the auditions, like all those moms are like sitting by us. And when we're in the, but not just like sitting by us, like they're all excited to be sitting by us. And even when we're in the audience watching at the competition, you can see the mom behind us is like all smiles. And she's like so excited to be on camera. And so it changed everything. Like we became spectacles. Even when we would walk into an auditorium to sit and film,
everybody
all eyes were on us. So even if you were sitting there and you were having the worst day ever, you couldn't sit in your emotions at all. It was like being in a fishbowl or in a zoo.
Yeah. People just staring at you.
Always. Well, I was praying that the new person's not Kathy.
I know. And then we go right to Ohio.
It's like Beetlejuice. You say your name and she appears.
Yes. Kathy tells us how she's working on a lot of projects, and they're starting to compete early this year.
And the music they use to introduce Kathy is hysterical. It's like wacky 50s hijinks music. It's so funny.
Yeah. I like that, showing Vivi doing the lift, and Kathy says, it's like, you're lifting her like a sack of potatoes.
She must have been in our booty camp.
I was just going to say, just come to Abby's and we'll give you a 10-pound sack of potatoes to do all your dancing with. You don't need to use Vivi. We have the actual potatoes in our studio.
The real ones, yes.
And then Kathy's in an interview saying, when we see her group, we are going to be blown away.
I was blown away by her fur collar.
Yes.
We're about to see a lot of fur because Jill's on her way.
Jill comes, we see fur, we see hats. Yes.
Yes, there's
all
a lot
coming up. So then we go to Kathy's pyramid, and Kathy says that our pyramid is negative, which
yes, it is.
We know that. Thank you. But the person at the top of her pyramid is going to be the person who gets a solo. So she goes through her pyramid. On the bottom it goes Vivi, Sarah, Carissa, Taylor, Sir Justice, and Erica is on the top because she gets a solo.
I'd like to know how old these kids are.
Well, that whenever Chloe competed against Taylor, when I said, oh, I'm assuming she's competing against Brooke, I said because she competes against Erica coming up. Remember, and Erica's in the wrong age category. They lied about her age.
I forgot about all that drama. Yeah.
That's why I said that whenever
that
I was like, oh, she's competing against Brooke. And I forgot. Yeah. So but I don't know when that episode comes up, but Brooke does compete against Erica, and she is older than
they look like mid-teens. Like they for sure look old.
Yeah. Well, I think they have to be at least 14 because they were older than Brooke, and Brooke was 14.
Yeah.
Or 13.
Peyton wants to be on Dance Moms. Go dance on that team because they're all your age.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. So Kathy tells us that they have talent and heart and soul, and that they are determined that Abby hears her roar. We are going to hear your roar, Kathy. My goodness.
Borrowed one of Vivi's dance tops for this scene. It has all those little, it's all those little, those tops that they're like small and then you stretch them and they have the holes in them. Yeah. It looks like that, but instead of just being stretched with holes, they almost look like hanging chads, there's little hanging fabric pieces. I didn't see it. It's a wild top.
Okay. So then we go back to the ALDC and Nia is getting yelled at. Abby is saying, Nia, are you in front of Brooke, behind Brooke? You're all over the place. Ugh. And then we go to me and I'm saying how Abby's being so mean to Nia. She's just picking on her because her mom's not there. And I mean, it's not Nia's fault that Holly has to work.
No.
And as I'm saying this, Holly walks in. I have on my notes that she looks very studious in her interviews. She has on her
newscaster outfit.
Yeah, she's cute. So when Holly comes in, she says that you told her that Abby was harsh and threatened to replace Nia, which I don't remember her saying she was going to replace Nia. I think she just kind of threatened us all.
I think so. I do think that at the beginning, I can't remember the exact wording, but I think it was implied, I can replace more than one. And then that's when you said, oh, maybe she's replacing my kids. So I don't know. I think that we were always supposedly under the threat of being replaced. But meanwhile, you can't replace us. We're under contract on a show.
Exactly.
It's so stupid.
Because we would have left.
Yeah.
If we were allowed to leave or be replaced, we would have chosen to leave.
It was always so ridiculous that they were like, oh, we can replace you. No, she can't. Trust me. She would have gotten rid of us if she could have.
Yeah. So we're sitting there and Melissa is telling Holly that she's concerned because Nia has a solo this week and Holly's not going to be there. And I don't understand why, of all people, Melissa said she's so concerned, because if we remember twice now, Melissa hasn't been there because she went on vacation with her boyfriend the one time. And where was she the other time? She was somewhere else with her boyfriend.
She was still on her vacation with her boyfriend, I think. Or something.
Yeah. But 2 times Melissa wasn't there and her kids, Maddie had a solo.
Yeah. And Holly's working.
Yeah.
Which is, to me, a better
excuse, yes, than to be on vacation with your boyfriend. But so do we think, though, while Holly's gone, that Gianna's going to be Nia's right-hand man?
I'm thinking no.
And that's probably why Melissa's concerned, because she knows that Gianna's not going to be the right-hand man.
And do you think Abby's going to take Nia out to talk about her career?
I doubt it.
I doubt it as well. That I didn't even put that together, but you're completely right.
Yeah, of all people to say it, none of us have ever missed a week. And our kids never even have solos. Melissa has missed 2 weeks of Maddie having a solo, and she didn't think it was a concern. So why is it a concern for Holly? But we go to Holly in the interview, and she says there's no reason for Abby to be harsh to Nia because Holly wasn't a pyramid.
Holly's trying to be logical again. She forgets that doesn't work here.
Exactly. So Holly goes down to the front desk and has a talk with Abby and says, Holly wants to know if everything is okay between them.
I love how Holly like saunters up to the desk. She like saunters down there.
Is everything okay between us?
And Abby's like, here you are. And then she's like, no.
Yeah, she's like, moms are required to be there today. Why were we required to be there today as opposed to any other day?
Any other day. Kelly, I have to stop you for a moment because I have something to share with you that I actually did extra credit homework for. Let me pull this up. So this is amazing shit. You just wait. Okay.
What?
All right. So as they're talking, I just want to show you, I did a really quick screen grab of us. So please hold.
Oh my God, look at my face. Oh my God, we are like disgusted.
Is that not hilarious?
Oh God.
Okay. So that made me laugh. Like that was just.
But look at Melissa.
She's on her phone.
She's on her phone. She's like not concerned about anything. Me and you are like, yeah.
Okay, so she's on her phone, but that is just such summary of what used to go on up there. We would be like, holy shit. And Melissa would be like texting and taking over the world.
Yeah. So they're down there having their talk, and Abby's telling Holly that if she cared, she would be here.
Mm-hmm.
And that is just so wrong. Like Holly doesn't care. But then they go up to me and you, and I'm saying, ugh, it's starting already. Like, it's like day one of season 2, and like the shit's already starting. And Holly says her famous line. This is Holly's famous line, I think. Let's not go there. Every time Holly talks to Abby, she tells her, let's not go there. But Abby says that you need to be here. Abby feels like Abby cares more about Nia than Holly does.
Bullshit.
Yeah. And she says that Nia's dad was here and dropped her off. Why didn't he stay? Well, when Kurt was there, Kurt was thrown out and said, nobody wants the dads here. It is just ridiculous. Like, this is why nobody knows what to do, because Abby contradicts herself so much.
Constantly. There's different rules for everyone.
2 or 3 weeks ago, you were saying that Kurt shouldn't be there. That he makes Maddie nervous because there's no other guys there and stuff. And now she's saying that Nia should have made her dad go in. Like, nobody knows what to do.
No one knows. No one knows. Here's the thing. No matter what you choose, it's wrong.
Yeah. And then Abby says, my dad took me to the mother-daughter talk about my period. Where is that talk that you go to for a mother-daughter about periods? I just did mine, I think, in the bathroom.
Well, I think we did it in health class, right?
Yeah, like we didn't go to a special class to learn about your period. Okay,
so here's us when she says that.
I have radio wrote, me and you, our mouths are open. And I'm saying, oh my God, she's talking about her period.
Because
what does that have to do with anything?
Because in a show that nothing can shock you, we were shocked. Like,
yes. So I'm saying, what does that have to do with anything? And you're saying, I'm just going to kill myself. And still the whole time, Melissa's still just on her phone.
On her phone. I wrote, Melissa is ignoring everything. That's what I have written down.
Yeah. And then we go to Abby saying how Nia needs somebody there because she's not that swift. Nia needs help. Like, why is that woman allowed to say this kind of stuff? She tells me my kids are mediocre and Holly's kid is not swift.
Well, and she says like,
that to somebody.
And who
without getting smacked, getting smacked, because like, I don't know many moms that would allow somebody to say that to their daughter and not like slap them upside of their head.
Bullshit. And this is where we used to lose our shit about the show, because we would say all the time, you're allowing her to say those things. You show them on TV and then people think that's true.
Yeah.
It's such
and we ain't allowed to do anything
bullshit.
About it.
No.
We aren't allowed to do anything about it. And our kids, every single time she does that, she's knocking our kids' self-esteem down.
Oh my God, yes. And then the whole world thinks that our kids aren't smart.
So it knocks our kids' self-esteem down. And she wonders why we don't strive to get better, because we're the only one that's striving to get better is the only one that you're positive to.
Yes.
Like maybe she should go back and watch this and see how that treatment
affects the kids
differently.
Yeah.
Because it really and truly does. And this is only season 2. Our kids put up with this till season 4, until I smack her for doing this shit to my kids, because I should have did it way back then. It's a mother can only take so much of you knocking down your child.
It's not even knocking down your child. It's you're fucking with their futures, because people are going to see this and believe it. It's not just like the psychological, it's the way people are going to perceive them in the world. Abby would never correct Maddie on camera because she wanted everyone to think she was perfect. Was she perfect? No, she had corrections. Abby wouldn't do it on camera because she wanted that perception to be perfect, where she would say things like, your kids aren't swift, you have bad feet, you're not smart, it's getting to your head, whatever. And then people believed it. So she knew what she was doing and how she was affecting the kids, the way people saw our kids.
And just like Paige and Brooke did solos all the time, and they never showed them, only when they did something bad, because they didn't want them to be seen as knowing what they were doing. That was what they were showing, is that they were mediocre, or they weren't swift, or whatever. It's such bullshit, because it's a story that people believe fully because it's on TV, and you're like, well, you don't know all of the backstory. And the reason I think that, and I think you think that, is because when we meet people think they know us because of the show.
Oh yeah.
And they don't. So that's why I think we think that people think that what Abby says about our kids, they believe, because they believe everything else on the show.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah. That was always like one of the hardest things, is we would be like, God, you know, she has the power to say stuff. And once it's out there, it's out there.
You can't, yeah. Okay, so Abby says that Nia's not swift and she needs help. And Holly says, I dare you. Abby says, you think you're up here because you have a doctorate and everyone else is down here. So it's kind of true. She is kind of up there, right?
Yeah. Like, she worked hard for that.
Yeah.
And Abby thinks that she's above everybody because her name's on the building. So
oh my God, I can't believe you just said that. Absolutely. Like Abby doesn't even need a doctorate. She just has to put her name on the building, and she's better than everybody else.
Exactly. How about when Holly says that you're intimidated and she screams, bull,
but as she leaves, because she's deflecting, she doesn't have a comeback to that.
No.
So she's just going to walk out.
You can already see, though, the difference in the way she interacts with us between season 1 and season 2 in this scene. I think, even though we had some pretty big fights with her in season 1, I think that you can already see some of that recognition and the fame. You can already see that she's starting to feel invincible in just the way she interacts with us.
Yeah, I said that about, she's starting to become a diva already. Yeah. So they showed Nia and Holly at the milkshake factory. That looked yummy.
I know.
Holly says that, you know, it's hard for her to tell Nia that she's not going to be at the competition, but she sits down with her at the milkshake factory and says, this is the deal. I have to work this weekend. And Nia says, are you positive you can't just miss work for one day?
Aww.
And Holly's like, I'm positive.
Aww.
And they both say how sad they are. Nia, I thought this was cute when they go to interview, and Nia says that this week she actually has dances she likes, and her mom's not going to be there to see them.
I know. I thought that was sad too.
Yeah.
Because Holly kept saying she wanted like whimsical and ethereal and pretty.
Yeah.
And I thought Nia's dance was very pretty and girly and feminine, like all the things that Holly wanted.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it showcased what she did great. And Holly wasn't there to see it, where she had to put up with all the bullshit dances so far.
Yeah. But Holly tells Nia that she's going to make it clear to Abby that if she has a problem, she needs to talk to Holly, not Nia. Which, isn't it sad that you have to like have that talk with the dance teacher like before you can go away? That's not normal.
Don't take this out on the child. You bring this up to me.
I know. But Holly says that Nia's giving 100%, and that's not good enough for Abby.
Never.
No.
Well, Abby says that later in the episode. She's like, will it ever be good enough? No, she's not talking about Nia specifically. She's talking about all of the kids.
So then we go to the open call and there's a line around the building.
Why do you think that is? Do you think it's because we were on a TV show?
Yeah, because when we had auditions for the LDC, there was like never anybody there.
There were 13 people who would show up and 9 of them were us. Yeah. 13 people made it.
Yeah. Leslie and Peyton are there.
For the first time, you hear her voice for the first time. And that voice cut through me like butter, like a knife through. I was like, wah!
But Leslie thinks it's ridiculous that she has to stand in line with everybody else. Like she's been there for 4 years at that studio and she should just be in this group. She shouldn't have to audition. We all auditioned to be on the show. So but why shouldn't you have to?
Yeah, no, she thought that she should just be on it. And that was one of the problems with Leslie is she was very entitled. Like, I need to be on this too. And we're like, it's not just you get to show up and be on the show. Like we did so much more, even on our days off, we had to do press and this, and she just wanted to show up and get all of the good and none of the work. But
she also said she'd been at the studio for 4 years. Like there are people that have been there way longer than that. God, Peyton went somewhere else and learned dance before she came here. Like people have been coming there since they were born. Those are the people that should get the first opportunities, I would think.
Oh yeah. Kelly, we forgot something though. When Abby goes outside to greet everyone, she's wearing a headband.
Oh my God, I might kill you.
I'm just saying. It's not my fault.
Yeah, it is.
I didn't choose to wear the headbands.
But you need to choose to ignore them like I did.
But before you put your drink down, let me just say, when she goes in the room with the kids, she changed into a fancier headband. So drink again.
This drink is really strong.
It's tiny.
Well, it's straight tequila. With some bitters in it. So Abby's in the room and she's watching all the kids dance and she starts narrowing them down. And she says she sees like 5 kids that she likes. Here I am again saying it's hard to see an outsider come into the group. You say you always have to watch Melissa over this shoulder. And now you're going to have to watch the new mom over the other shoulder. And you can only look over one shoulder at a time. I don't know. Which one are you looking over more? The one with Melissa or the one with the new moms?
Oh, well, depends on the week.
So then Abby's in an interview saying she's picking the kids and she doesn't want another Mackenzie whining or another Brooke brooding. So she doesn't want one too old or one too young.
She wants just right. She's like Goldilocks.
Yes. So she narrows it down to 4 kids and she decides to let Peyton go. And did you see Peyton's look she gave Abby? You have to go back and look. Like if looks could kill.
Really?
Peyton was like not a happy camper.
And like, I love how Abby's like, Peyton, you know I love you.
Yeah, you know I love you, but you're just too tall.
Meanwhile, our kids are like, she's like, you know, I can replace you anytime I want and you suck.
Exactly. Leslie comes down into the room. Abby says Peyton was just too tall for the group. Then she says that then she announces it and then all the kids run over and give Kendall the big hug.
But you say, Leslie, I know you don't want to hear this, but she's just too tall for this group. And Leslie goes, I don't care, just put her in some other way. She says that to you before she says it's Abby.
Yeah. See, I think like Abby, that's pretty scary.
Oh God.
But I mean, it was pretty obvious that Peyton was tall.
Oh my God.
I mean, Brooke's older, but Brooke's tiny.
Yeah.
So Brooke fit in. But I think they wanted and down the line and whenever Peyton comes on, that's why they bring Peyton on, because it's somebody to compete against Brooke.
Oh yeah,
you know,
for sure,
to have somebody her age, but she was definitely too tall.
And she also had a maturity about her when she danced, but it didn't work for the group.
Yeah.
And that was the point.
Abby lets the other 2 girls go and she keeps Kendall. Kendall was number 230. And whenever she announces that, our kids run over and give Kendall like the biggest hug. Did our kids know Kendall before this?
Yes, because what had happened is that Jill came to booty camp that summer. Everyone came to booty camp because they knew they were casting the show. And Jill came to booty camp, and I will never forget. sitting upstairs, and you know how Jill likes to ask all those questions. She started quizzing me about the show. Tell me this, tell me that.
So you knew she was.
She was definitely fishing. And that's when one of our executive producers was in town during booty camp, and she gave him tickets to the Steeler game and then gave him a $250 Steeler jersey. And I think that's where the whole thing about gifts came from. And I say this later on, and I sound like a total asshole when I'm like, well, you've driven past the studio for years. Jill lived 10 minutes from the ALDC.
She lives right by me.
And she used to drive an hour to where I live
to Cranberry,
to Cranberry, to take her kids to a different studio because she didn't think the ALDC was good enough until there was a show there. And then she wanted Kendall on the show. And Jill to this day will claim she never watched Dance Moms. I know. She's always like, I never saw the show. I'm like, okay, then why did you come? And so that's why I had such a problem with her where she's like, Christi should have been more welcoming, because you came there and was literally picking my brain. Like, how did you get cast? How was this done? How was that done?
Yeah.
And I was like,
I think though, Jill knew that Kendall was going to be on it before that moment.
Oh, she absolutely did.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, she signed a contract.
Yeah. So I mean, they knew that it was going to be Kendall before the whole audition even started.
Yes. Jill auditioned with Kendall that summer, I think. I don't know that for sure. She's probably going to be like, no, I didn't. But she had signed the paperwork to be on the show before the audition, for sure. I know that. I don't know if she had the same contract as us. I don't think she did, because she had said, I wasn't even under contract, but she kept coming back.
I think it was just temporary to see how it worked. And then she got the regular contract. Yeah. I don't know for sure. But okay. So Abby announces it's Kendall. Our kids run over. She gives them a big hug. They all give her a big hug. They're so excited.
They're the sweetest kids.
Yeah.
They just are.
And then us moms all come down and we congratulate Kendall. We go to interview of Jill saying that Kendall's hard work has paid off and that we're all going to love her. Kendall comes on to interview and says that, she says, it's so cute. She's like, hi, I'm Kendall. I'm 8 years old.
And you're wearing sequins so Christi and Kelly can drink.
Yeah. Oh, Kendall, really? So Kendall tells us that she's worthy of being a part of the ALDC.
The legacy.
I just want to tell her, run, Kendall, run. But Abby tells Kendall that it's a tight-knit group and that she's on probation for a few weeks. And that the competition this weekend is in 3 days. She has 3 days to prepare, and that she's going to be doing a solo. Abby tells Jill she has to come in tomorrow for a private for Kendall to learn the solo. And this is when Leslie comes over and congratulates Jill.
Congratulations again.
And Leslie wants Abby to explain a few things to her.
And Abby uses her creepy voice.
Yeah. And Abby says the same thing I said up above. Peyton's just too tall for the group. She dances too mature, which is what you said. Leslie says, come on, you're Abby Lee Miller. Find her a spot for her. Leslie says, I give you a lot of money.
I'm a good customer. You've only been there 4 years. The rest of us
I've been there for like 40 years, woman.
But she is literally screaming at Abby, screaming at her.
Yeah.
And
give her a spot. And then she's like, oh, well, I do a lot for you. We all do a lot for her.
What does she do?
I don't know, because I don't ever see her making costumes and shit.
And then she's like, find her a spot. Did you notice though? Abby is like, Leslie, calm down. She does not react to Leslie like she treats us. I almost think Abby's intimidated by Leslie, like based on the way she reacts in the scene. Abby's very even keeled. What she just treated Holly like, Leslie screaming, bull crap, pointing that finger.
But I think she treated Kathy the same way, because I think with us, we were under her finger because we were already on the show, and she had us right where she wanted us. Like, so she could act that way to us. They weren't really under the same contract. So
yeah, maybe.
I think she feels like with us, she had the upper hand and could do whatever she wanted to us because we couldn't really do anything. We're in class and Abby's says that she's rehearsing everything today. and nobody is coming in late, and nobody's leaving early. She doesn't care if their feet are bleeding. They're not allowed to leave. Yay. So we go to Maddie rehearsing her solo, and it is a musical theater routine, and it's called Jubilation.
It was not called Jubilation. They changed the music. It was called Star of the Show.
Abby says it's called Jubilation.
No, I know, but I'm just saying when we first saw it, like in our life and at the competition, it was called Star of the Show.
Okay. But it's about a girl's dream that comes true about being on Broadway. And I'm thinking that was like a slap in the face of Chloe getting the video.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's always a slap in the face to someone.
Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be a tough year for Maddie because she's now competing at age 9 and over. Abby knows 11 and 12-year-olds that could make mincemeat out of Maddie. I think that's the only kind of negative thing Abby's ever said about Maddie. So we go to Nia's solo, and she's also doing musical theater, and it's based on the musical Once on This Island. So it's very tropical, which Holly will like.
Yes.
And Abby wants no trouble with Holly. It's not an ethnic routine. And Abby says how she's tired of Holly bitching about the ethnic routines. Oh, wow.
Then
we're tired of a lot of stuff. Yeah.
If you're tired of her bitching, don't stop giving it to her.
Yeah. So then we go to Chloe's solo, and Chloe's also doing musical theater, and it's called Dreams. And Abby says that the song is perfect for Chloe because Chloe has a lot of dreams, but she's going to have to work a lot to get them.
She's wearing a headband.
And Abby also says that she thinks the recognition from the music video is going to Chloe's head. She said that that means everybody is going to be watching Chloe, and they're going to be waiting for her to make a mistake.
And I'm just watching Abby's bang snossage in her interview.
Bang snossage is a little turd.
In her bang. It's like somebody took a curling iron and like sprayed
they
it.
Forgot to brush it out.
They forgot to brush it out. She has a bang snossage for several of her interviews. Should we name this episode Bang Snossage?
There you go. That'd be good.
All right. Bang Snossage. Got it.
So then they show us upstairs. You ask Melissa, how is your new BFF Jill? And you ask if she's coming. And Melissa says, yeah, I'm sure she'll be here. You say she'll be here with a big gift for Abby. And Melissa says she thinks she's very nice. And you said you thought Kathy was nice. And so you don't like her judge of character.
I think I'm accurate. But Kelly, I think I have on the worst top of the episode here.
Which is
I have on that gray top with sequins. It looks like skeleton bones.
It did look like skeleton bones. I thought the same thing. You should wear that for Halloween.
I should drink. I don't think I have that.
I would throw that away.
I have to go. I have a container downstairs with ugly dance mom shit in it. I need to go dig through that and see what I kept. There's some ugly shit in there.
So then Melissa tells us, she said something negative about Jill. She said that 3 people quit Jill's other studio because of her.
Keep that in mind later on.
And Melissa says in her interview that me and Christi are judging Jill and she's trying to give her a chance. Well, I don't think I've said a single word about Jill yet.
Yeah.
And Melissa's informing us that other people were quitting the studio for her. So I don't know, thinking that statement there was wrong. But So we're sitting there and Joe and Kendall arrive and Joe introduces herself, which we already knew her obviously from summer camp because you talked to her.
And we also knew her from dance competition. She just never talked to us before she was on the team. Well, and then I said, you wormed your way in, or she wormed her way in after the music video. Again, code word, wormed your way in because of a TV show.
Exactly.
And I was bitching that I don't trust somebody who's nice, but it's not that I don't trust somebody who's nice. It's I don't trust somebody who comes across as fake. And that came across as very fake to me.
Yeah. And this is my favorite line of the episode when you say that Joe has her 900 number voice. She always did.
Now tell me.
It
what
changed.
is Brooke up to?
Yeah.
Well, she may become very shrill and shrieky too.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I said. It changes.
Oh, yes. Yes. Well, I can tell completely and totally who was interviewing me this episode, because
oh yeah,
yes, it was James. I can tell you without a doubt, because James and I had a really good banter, and we would sit and interview. Like, we all had not different producers, but we had different producers throughout the lifetime of the show. And some of us got along really well with some of them, and some got really along well with other ones. And James and I had this really funny banter, and we would sit forever. My interviews with him went on for hours.
I know. Half the time I was waiting to go.
You
in
were
after
waiting.
You.
We would laugh our asses off, and I would say the most ludicrous shit, because he would like be making fun of it too on his side, but then I'm saying it. That's why I think this interview or this episode of me is funny. Like, I say a lot of funny shit because I was talking to James. The Weight Watchers line, like all of that is because I was ripping with
back
him.
and forth with him.
Yeah.
So now we go to Kendall's solo. It's also musical theater. And Abby's putting the pressure on Kendall to do a solo to see if she sinks or she swims.
And she's putting the pressure on you to drink another drink because she's wearing a new headband.
Here's where you call Jill out. You say, why did you drive an hour to another studio when you live close to here? Mm-hmm. Why is she coming now? And Jill said she never heard nice things about Abby.
Well, what changed?
Like, that's not really an answer. Yeah. Like believe me, Abby's not getting better. She's getting worse.
No.
So if you heard mean things about her back then, you sure as heck shouldn't be coming now.
No, because now you've watched the show and you see what she does and you signed up for it.
Exactly.
Where that was always the thing when new people come, I'm like, you watched it, you saw it.
You signed
like,
on for it. Yeah.
He's mean to my kids. I'm like, you've been watching it for 3 years. What do you think your kid was going to be the special one? No.
Yeah. Jill's in an interview and she felt tension from you.
Yes.
She thought that you could have been more welcoming.
I could have been.
And Melissa tells Jill that we always bait her studio.
I loved Melissa in that moment. I don't often have moments where I love Melissa on Dance Moms. Loved her in that moment. I thought that was I was like, yes.
Yeah. Jill tells us it's all about the win. She's like, don't you guys agree? We're all here for the win. She thinks that you're threatened by Kendall.
Yep.
And she says there's a million Maddie, Chloe, and Paiges out there. Kendall's here and she's staying.
But I let her know when we beat Kendall. And you're like, we weren't there.
Because I could freaking care less.
I know, you're like, we weren't there.
You say that you think that Jill is the queen of stage moms and that Melissa and Jill are going to be besties, or they're going to be like betta fish and they're killing each other, which is definitely true.
Yeah.
Like, you either get along really well with someone up there or you are at each other's throats. Mm-hmm. But they're going to get along because they're both the same kind of people. Me and you didn't buy enough gifts.
We did not buy enough gifts.
We couldn't be in that group. Well,
they don't take Discover, so.
Abby's saying that she wants Melissa to make a prop, which I don't think Melissa ever made a prop.
No.
But it's she wants it to look like a box that the doll comes in. Abby sees Brooke came upstairs, and Brooke is asking me if she could go to the football game on Friday.
It was Friday. She wanted to leave for the football game. So that's where I was confused. We always left and drove on Fridays. You had gone on to say like we were supposed to be done a while ago. I don't know if you caught that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she had plans to go to the football game. But I thought it was really weird that we were filming on a Friday and driving on a Saturday, because that wasn't our normal schedule. Didn't you think that was weird?
Yeah.
So maybe the competition was on a Sunday, which maybe. I actually think it was on a Sunday.
Yeah. Because sometimes we were home on Friday nights.
Yeah. Sometimes we were. And then also,
I thought it was usually on things that weren't very far away though, but this was North Carolina. So that's like 12-hour drive, ain't it?
Yes. And that also makes sense maybe why Holly wasn't at this competition, because if we came home on Monday, she couldn't have missed work.
Yeah.
Because I actually have in my notes, I'm like, why wasn't Holly at this competition? Like she
they didn't really say. Yeah. Work. They said work. Yeah.
And work, she is a principal at this point, so she wasn't working on the weekends, but that would make sense why we're filming on Friday. Brooke wants to go to the football game, why Holly can't go because she can't miss work on Monday.
Yeah.
So I don't remember, but I thought that kind of made sense. But when Brooke comes upstairs, you can see little Clara. That's what
I know.
Little blonde head, little piggy head.
She's so cute. So Brooke goes back into the studio and Abby tells her, like, you want to go to the football game? Go. She'll have Peyton come in. Brooke's probably like, please call Peyton. And she starts yelling at Brooke because Brooke has writing on her hand, which it's God forbid. It's horrible.
It's terrible.
She makes Brooke cry. Brooke is not crying because Abby told her she has writing on her hand. No. Brooke's crying because she wants to get the hell out of there, and her friends are waiting for her, and she can't even call them to tell them she's going to be late or anything. So she's upset.
And then you say, oh, she made her cry. She's a bitch.
She is. Like, why is that a reason to make her cry?
I know, but it was so funny, Kelly. Oh, she's a bitch.
And then I'm up there saying, why do I even come here? Paige has been getting yelled at since we walked in the door, and now Brooke's crying because she wrote on her hand. I mean,
but Maddie's really worried about Brooke here. You can see like she's fretting, she's hugging her because she's like trying to protect Brooke, which I thought was sweet. I don't know if you caught that.
Yeah, I missed that.
But Kel, Abby gives us a soundbite before you say, why do we even come here? That is a viral TikTok sound. Okay.
What is it?
It's Abby goes, whether it takes 2 hours or 4 hours, I don't care. You're staying until the routine is clean.
Yes. Paige just did that on her TikTok.
I was just going to say, Paige.
I just watched Paige do it on her TikTok. Yeah.
I have done it with Diane in Disney World when she wanted to quit drinking around the world in Epcot. I was like, I don't care if it takes 2 hours or 4 hours. You are staying until the routine is clean. It's such a viral TikTok sound. So when I heard that, I was kind of laughing because I think we've all done them.
I didn't, but.
Well, you don't do TikTok.
I know. Only when you make me.
Mm-hmm. I know. We did just the 2 bitches there left.
I know.
It was so cute.
I was watching a show the other night and they said there's only 4 left or something. And I'm like, oh, that's mine and Christi's line.
I know. Everybody steals our line.
I know.
God.
Nobody
will ever do it as well as us.
Oh, I know. So Abby excuses everybody and tells Brooke to get over there. I see Abby poor side. So I come in and I say, we need to leave rehearsal. Rehearsal ran late. Abby says that Brooke is the oldest of the group, which Brooke knows, and Brooke could care less. That's why she wants to go see her friends.
Yeah.
And I ask, why did she yell at her for having writing on her hand? Like, it's none of Abby's business.
No, it's not.
And Abby tells me she's not going to be the one worrying about them putting their feet up on a furniture. That's my job.
Where did this come from?
Exactly. Like, when do my kids ever have their feet on the furniture in front of Abby? Like, there is no furniture at the dance studio.
And it's such a hard right turn that you're like, wait, what? It's like one of those things that she was just being rude to your kids about something that didn't make sense in the story, but they're just going to put it in.
Yeah. Like, because it's being mean. Yeah.
Oh, you're not teaching them at home.
Yeah. I'm not teaching my kids to be responsible. I'm teaching my kids not to be late. Like,
yeah,
she had another appointment and you were running late. So like, have your class be over when it's supposed to be over.
Let's teach punctuality, Abby.
Exactly. So then we have the bus arrive in the snow
in October.
It's snowing.
And it's terrible.
Terrible. That's why I moved out of that shithole.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
I got sunshine. There are no costumes ready and the props are not finished. Surprise, surprise. We have not gotten any better in season 2. Drive me crazy. Like she acts like that's surprising. Like we never had one thing ready the entire season 1. So why would we start now?
Meanwhile, I'm like, it's the night before. We've got so much time. What are you talking about? We're used to doing shit 10 minutes before we go on stage.
Exactly. But Holly and Nia are saying their goodbyes. And she says, that she can't be at the competition, but she has all of us other moms. And we're all sitting there on the bus being willing to take care of Miss Nia.
In her little dog hat.
Yeah. And Holly goes to leave and Nia's screaming, Mom. And she comes over and gives Holly a big hug, which was so sweet. I thought Holly was going to cry.
I
got in her car and cried. Yeah. I know I would have.
In interview, I think that Nia's voice cracked in her interview when she was talking about her mom leaving. Yeah. It was sad.
Sad, yeah. And then we get an interview of Abby saying, it's never about Nia. It's always about Holly. Which, like, Holly really wanted to work.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm gonna leave my kid alone with you. Okay.
Exactly. It's she has to go to work to pay bills. Like, it's not a choice. But it's annoying. So we're on the bus, and that bus driver was not Chuck.
Hold on. You skipped over the part where Holly goes and knocks on the window with Abby to talk to
Abby
her.
Wouldn't answer. No,
She
I don't
rolled
think
the
I
window.
skipped over.
Yeah, because this happens before we're on the bus. So Holly knocks on the window, and Abby rolls down the window, and Holly says, "I'm not coming." And Abby rolls it back up. And she was just bitching at you that you're not teaching your kids manners. That's rude.
Exactly.
That's rude.
Exactly. When her daughter's going away with her for the weekend.
She winds it up, and she like refuses to talk to Holly, and Holly is just so aggravated.
Wouldn't you be?
Yes, but I'm just saying, like, she's so aggravated. But I thought it was funny that 3 seconds before she was telling you that you don't teach your kid manners. Well, that's not very mannerly.
No, it only goes for us negative, Christy.
And the bus driver that we see this time is Jim, who became our regular bus driver.
Permanent bus driver, yeah.
I actually think Jim passed away.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
How do you know
bus driver Jim? Honestly, I think another cast member talked about it, and one of the fans wrote a comment somewhere about it, I think.
Oh, that's sad.
I know.
So we're on the bus, and Jill and Kendall come out with a gift for Abby. Ugh. She gives her Chanel number 5. And Jill says she wanted to give it to her in front of us because she wants to know that she's serious.
I'm wondering if she put it in her tennis shoes.
I'm hoping.
She wants us to know she's serious. Okay. I think you're serious.
Well, I go to interviews saying I wanted to die over her giving her the gift, because here we go. We have another Melissa. Let me buy your friendship.
I thought that was pretty funny. You another gift giver.
Yeah. And you're like, you should have gave her a 3-month supply to Weight Watchers, the gift that keeps on giving.
I'm such an asshole. Like, I am an actual asshole.
I thought that was pretty good.
It is funny, but oh my, could you imagine if I said that in 2022? I would have like a witch hunt in my front yard.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh. So we arrive at competition, and the competition is dance troops. And we're in the dressing room, and Abby is giving a pep talk to Chloe. And it's,
I don't know if it's like, a pep talk.
Don't forget your dance.
Chloe is not making eye contact with Abby. She's staring at the floor the entire time, which actually pisses me off, because I tell my kids all the time, like, look at someone when they're talking to you. Chloe did not. Like, I'm looking at her, I'm like, look at her when she's talking to you, but maybe she couldn't.
Yeah, I don't think I could either.
Yeah.
But we go to Chloe, and she says, it's hard to keep Abby out of your head. Like, she hears her at the mall. She's haunting her at the mall.
With Brooke. She's at the mall with Brooke.
With Brooke and her friends, yeah.
Did you catch Jill's outfit in this scene? We're going to go into some really great outfits now that Jill's here.
No.
She has on like a black turtleneck top, black pants, and some sort of a pink coat. But that's not the featured piece de resistance of her outfit. That is... No. I mean, she could. I don't know. She has on about a 4-inch wide rhinestone belt.
I missed that.
You could not miss it. Okay.
I must miss things when I'm writing. I'm writing stuff down.
I pause.
I miss. Yeah. See, I just write and go.
Oh no, I pause. And that's when I look at the screen, and that's why I see so much.
So we go to Kendall and her interview, and she says that she doesn't know what probation is, but she's going to bring it.
Great.
Then we go to Maddie getting her pep talk from Abby. It's totally different than the kind of pep talk Chloe got. That was Maddie. Get out there and do what you were trained to do.
Okay. One time I would like Abby to flip the way she does pep talks with the kids and see how they go.
Exactly. Because going out and saying, don't forget your dance, gets you rattled before you go on stage.
Yeah.
So Maddie does an interview and says she's not nervous about competing against girls older than her. She's ready to compete. We have Maddie doing her solo. Abby goes to interview saying that Maddie did great. She really used her face. She was the star of the show. And then I have Chloe solo, and I have in big bold letters. That was my least favorite costume.
Yes. That was not Chloe's costume, or was it the costume for the show? It was Nina's costume.
I remember Nina wearing that.
Yeah, and when Nina wore it, it fit her, so it looked beautiful on her. Chloe, it looked too big.
It was a beautiful costume. Just
it looked terrible on Chloe because she was about 8 inches shorter than she was.
I was gonna say Nina is like 6'8" or something.
Yes.
She's not 6'8". I'm sorry, she's not 6'8".
5'8".
Yeah,
5'9".
Probably taller than that. She's 5'9", 5'10".
She was a rockette, like an actual rockette. And speaking of rockettes, I am pretty sure that this dance that Chloe did, I am almost certain that the choreography is the same choreography from I Want to Be a Rockette when Chloe gave up her title for Junior Miss Dance. And I don't know why they didn't let her wear her Rockette costume. Her Rockette costume was gorgeous.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's the same choreography, but this was not a good dance for Chloe.
I have in my notes, it was the music dubbed over because the motions don't go. Like, I think Chloe danced to her regular music and then in post they changed it.
Actually, what happened, they changed it twice. So this choreography was to I Want to Be a Rockette. Then, because I found this dance actually yesterday, because I was looking through old dances, like from this competition, it was a totally different song that still didn't go with the music, like for the show. And then
when they aired it, they dubbed over it again. Because I could tell it was dubbed over. And I'm not good at figuring that stuff out. And I definitely could tell it was like weird.
Well, even Maddie's, when Abby said she like did something about stealing the show with her face, it wasn't the right music either. So they switched around a couple of songs. But this was not my favorite Chloe dance on the show because it didn't work. Like it just didn't. And Abby says that. She's like, her turns were off. She spotted the wrong direction.
But she recovered it. She said Chloe didn't do the turn section good, but she recovered from it. So that was good.
Yeah. And I've seen Chloe do that turn section at the end of I Want to Be a Rockette, and it's great. So, I mean, Abby's not wrong with her critique of Chloe there. I can't argue with that.
Yeah. So then we go to Nia's solo, and Nia's in an interview saying that she's nervous because her mom's not there.
Yeah.
But Nia did the dance and she said she thought she did good. And Abby says that Nia did it without her mom.
No, mommy, and you did it.
Uh-huh.
I was texting Holly the whole time that day. I remember texting Holly, like telling her about Nia's dance.
That's good.
Like I was giving her updates. Like I vividly remember that.
Yeah. So then we go to Kendall's solo. And can I point out she has a custom-made costume and she's not even part of the team yet. She's still on probation, but my kids never ever had a custom-made costume. So they go to me and I say, Joe said that Kendall was an amazing dancer, but she was no comparison to Maddie and Chloe. Abby says the costume. Abby said when Abby goes to interview, she says the costume looked great, but the face wasn't there and she looked nervous. So there you go, Abby. The good costume does like help out a little bit, you know,
a little bit.
But I always say I want a costume.
Yeah, at least that like makes you feel good. But Kendall also said that she could hear Abby's voice in her head. I'm like, these poor freaking kids. Everybody can hear her voice.
Everybody's hearing her voice. Yeah. So then we go to awards. And Nia got 4th place, and Nia was very happy with that.
Yeah.
Chloe said she hopes she gets first because she doesn't want to let her fans down, which I thought was cute.
I thought it was cute too, but I think they were really pushing for her to be like, I have fans now.
Yeah.
I think that was kind of the intent, but I think it fell short quickly, but I thought it was cute.
So Chloe gets first overall in the junior overall award. And Maddie gets first overall in the pre-junior overall award. So they weren't competing against each other.
Mm-mm.
They each had their own spot. So Chloe says she was excited to start off the season with a good note. And Maddie said something in an interview about them beating 16-year-olds. I didn't get that. How would they be competing against 16-year-olds?
I think
that didn't make sense to me. I didn't understand what that meant.
I think if I remember, I think at the end of the competition, they did overalls of like the entire competition. And I think that's what she's talking about.
Because the regular dance wasn't against 16-year-olds. Yeah, I didn't get what that meant.
That's the only thing that would make sense. I thought it was funny when she goes, I think that was a very good achievement. It was funny.
I just like the beating 16-year-olds kind of caught me off guard. Like I didn't know what she was talking about.
I don't quite remember, but I have a vague memory of them like calling them up at the end, you know, when they do that sometimes at the overall of the comp.
All right. So then we're getting ready for the group dance. And Jill asks Abby about probation. And she's like, you know, Kendall only had 3 days to learn the number. And did she pass the test? And I want to say, like, we learn our dances in 3 days all the time, Jill. That was not the test. Because we do that every week.
Every week.
They go to Kendall, and Kendall says that she thinks she's going to be on probation a long time. and then we go to Jill, or Kendall starts crying. And Abby says, "Are you crying?" And obviously we can she is. And Jill's like, "No, she's not crying."
That was so funny.
I know. I'm like, but we see the tears. And Abby says her famous line, "Save those tears for your pillow at home when you're alone in your room." And she says, you know, "You're a lucky girl. She should suck it up, kid. You're going to humiliate yourself in front of everyone. You're healthy and you need to act like it." You know, we go to interview of Abby saying she's disappointed in Kendall and she thought that she was the whole package, and she wasn't. And she's still on vacation or on probation.
Yeah, she's not on vacation. She's on probation. All right, I'm going to show you something here. Are you prepared?
Yeah.
Okay. What is this ring?
That's a spider ring. Hey, it was October. It was ready for Halloween.
I mean, where does one get a 4-inch spider rhinestone ring?
Oh my God. Look at the bracelet too. Yuck.
I lost my mind. That's what I'm saying. When I paused stuff, I would have never seen that.
I don't know how you could have seen that. Yeah.
But I was pausing it to write stuff down. And that's where you have to start pausing it. Kelly, the shit you see when you pause it is absurd.
Oh my God. So Kendall's being told she's not the whole package. And then Abby tells us that we're all too old to be cute. Even Mackenzie.
Mackenzie's face here is amazing. Whoever edited that needs an Emmy. She's like
6 years old is too old to be cute. Then Abby says how it's harder to dance as a group than to dance alone. We get a picture of you. You were doing Brooke's eyeshadow. I picked up on that.
Yeah.
I think we had one person do all the eyeshadow because everybody's eyeshadow had to be silver and be all the same. And we only had one of the silver eyeshadows. Yeah. And so one person was in charge of doing everybody's eyeshadow.
Yeah, we often did stuff like that.
Yeah. And then we go to Brooke an interview, and she says it's a lot of pressure because they just won a national title and now we need to win another one.
That's a fourth wall. It's a lot of pressure because the world is watching us now and everybody wants to beat the Dance Mom girls.
Yeah. So we go to the group dance. Kenzie does an interview and says that she's happy that she's in the group dance and tells us that she's stuck in a box and can't get out. Then she finally gets out. Abby says they looked great and they danced so.
I agree. I did not like this dance.
It wasn't my favorite. So we're at awards. Then they show Paige doing an interview saying that she thought we did a good job. Everyone was acting like a doll. How do you act like a doll?
I thought it was hilarious when she said it.
Yeah. But we won. Acting like a doll.
We're all very excited. I think we gave him a standing ovation. Yay!
Yeah. And Abby says she guessed cute still wins in North Carolina. But it's not good enough for her. Abby tells Brooke that she looks at Chloe and she's too old to be cute. Well, then don't put her in a cute dance.
I was just going to say that. Don't put her in a cute dance. And P.S., you're supposed to watch people out of the corner of your eye when you're dancing, so that
so you're together.
Yeah. And she tells them that over and over and over. But I actually wrote that when it said, Brooke, you're too old to be cute. And I wrote, then don't put her in a dance that has cute choreography.
Yeah. Like Mackenzie wasn't in almost every group dance the whole first season. So let Brooke go to her football game on Friday night and don't put her in the group dance because she's too old for it. Brooke never got an excuse to be out of it because she was too old, like Kenzie got because she was too young.
Exactly. I have another behind the scenes moment, like,
goodness.
With Paige with her feathered headband, like how she's looking at her feathered headband.
Yeah.
When Abby goes, Nia, because she goes to Nia's sitting on the floor. You have to go back and watch it, Kelly. So our costumes came, like these were custom made costumes this week, and they came in those, like a dry cleaning bag, you know? So they're like big, long, clear plastic bags. Yeah. Well, apparently Nia had it like balled up. Yeah. And Abby goes, Nia. And Nia's sitting on the floor and she's looking at her dead in the face. And Nia just tosses the plastic bag and catches it, like as she's talking to Abby. Like Abby's like bitching at her, and Nia's like tossing this plastic bag and like staring Abby dead in the face. God.
You're saying about Nia with her throwing her things at Abby. And Abby's in an interview saying that Nia had no idea where she was on stage. She's like, Nia didn't even know where she was. Abby announces that we're getting a new number next week, and we're back to the drawing board, which we got a new number every week.
Every week.
Yeah. So I thought that sounded weird, but then I speak up. Why I spoke up, I have no idea. And say, you're the one that wants them to learn a dance every 3 days. Everyone else competing here has been doing their numbers, for a long time. I think there was a lot of stuff cut out there.
Well, we know there's a lot of stuff cut out there, which I know you're going to talk about.
But even before all of that fighting came, there was a lot, like, for me to I just come out of the blue and say that, like that makes no sense. So I don't remember exactly what was said there, but.
But it's true. Like, that's the whole thing with the dances is it was always amazing that our girls were able to do as well as they did, because when you
did learn.
And yes, and everybody else really was learning their dances.
Well, when we originally were part of the ALDC, before the show started, we would learn our dance all year.
Yeah.
To compete at the end of the year at the competition. So like you practiced it for an entire year, not 3 days.
No.
Like, that makes a big difference.
I would say.
Like, you have time to clean it. You have time to make sure you know it, so you don't have to look out of the corner of your eye. When you learn it in 3 days, you don't really have all that.
Which is why it is even more infuriating when she says things negative about, like, our kids not picking up. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Those kids were working harder than a lot of professional dancers.
And still going to school.
Yes.
Full time.
Yes.
Yeah. So Abby announces that, we're dancing from 4:30 to 9:30, Monday through Friday.
Ugh.
Which we basically did anyways, except not for like Fridays. And Abby says, why am I the only one that gets aggravated? I'm like, because you're the only one that hasn't had a child. And she tells me that her mother and father, they looked at her just once. She knew what it meant. Yeah. Well, good for you.
And then we ensue the fight.
Yes.
You can see me like hustling Chloe out of the room.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I have that. Abby said she's allowed to tell us that the dance isn't good. And I say I'm frustrated. I'm not the kind of person to sit back and just shut up. And obviously, we all know that. Abby says I don't have to pay on time because I'm Kelly Hyland and I've been here for 30 years. I say I've paid my bill in full on my Discover card for the past 10 years. And she says that's the reason why she doesn't take Discover anymore. And for me to get a job. Here she is, right in her words, Kelly, go get a job. But she's telling Holly to quit her job in the same episode.
Let me ask you a question. So if you pay her by Discover, why doesn't she take Discover? Because I think she likes to get paid, but she just loves to say that.
Discover. So she definitely got paid by Discover, and she still takes it because I still was paying her with Discover at the time.
I know.
And then she tells me to go get a job. And then I say, don't even go there, you whore.
You are a whore.
Yeah.
You are a whore. Do you want to say what really happened there? Because that is not what happened.
Yes. Well, I don't even know that I want to say it on here, like, because it's not even true.
No, it's not.
Abby was, and I don't even know why we got into this fight. Yeah, and this fight got so ugly. I can't even remember. That's how it started, basically. Well, then Abby went and got ugly. And really ugly. Really, really ugly. And was talking about my mother. Yes. And was saying, you know, that my mom used to do all this stuff while I was at dance class behind my back. And
meanwhile, your mom was like a freaking angel of a human.
Yes. And anybody that ever met her would say it. So she kept going on and on about my mom and stuff. And that's when I said, oh, you're a whore.
You said, don't even go there. You are a whore. Because she did say,
oh, she was horrible
things about your mother.
But, you know, then they edit it and make it out that I'm making it over that I didn't pay my bill. You know, I do have to say, I don't think I've ever called someone a whore in my life. But you know what? She deserved it that day. What the shit she said about my mom, she deserved more than that. And I should have insisted her not being allowed to talk to us that way, like to anyone that way on the show. That was very uncalled for.
It was beyond uncalled for. I again, not very many times was I like, oh my God. Like there's a few times on the show that I was like, oh my, that was when I was like, I cannot believe that just went where it did.
Yeah.
It was bad. And then I say, welcome, Jill.
Yeah. And I'm chugging my drink.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm like, oh shit, I need a drink after that. That was so horrible.
It was terrible.
And the thing that's horrible is that they cut. Well, obviously, I would not have allowed them to play they said about my mother. But why didn't they just cut the whole thing out?
Because it's too good. You called her a whore. Please. That's like TV rating gold.
They could have made it ever something better than me not paying my bill. But whatever. And then Jill says that Kendall has never seen behavior like this before. Ever. Well, I know the studio that she used to go to.
Yep.
And I think I'm going to argue with that because they have some crazy ass dance moms there.
They sure do. And they have some shit that goes down in that studio that doesn't touch what goes down in ours.
Exactly. So I'm thinking that was a little bit of a lie. Then they go to Jill and Melissa talking in the hallway. And Jill asks Melissa if this happens all the time. And Melissa says, yes, it does. And that she should never trust Christi and Kelly. We will stab her in the back. That is so reversed.
Yes.
She's looking in the mirror there, I'm thinking, because I don't think we ever, no. You and I are the most open people. Like, I mean, we just say it how it is. Obviously, you can see that on the show. And if we're going to say it on national TV, we sure as hell is going to say it to somebody's face, like sitting there.
Yes. But I thought that was really funny. So we'll stab you in the back. I'm like, oh, wait a second. I have your knife from last season. Do you want it back?
Exactly. And we see it coming up a lot too.
So. Oh, for sure. My favorite part though, is that Jill says that she really trusts Melissa, but wait, then she asks Melissa, you'll stick up for me if I need it. And I'm like, hold on a second. She doesn't stick up for herself.
Yeah. But Jill says we're crazy.
Oh yeah,
and that we better not be like that to her.
Oh,
and if we do that to her, we will see a different side of her, and that she feels like she can only connect with Melissa. And
alrighty,
that's when she says, "Will you help me out if they ever come after you like that?"
If I wanted somebody to get my back, I don't know if I'd pick Melissa. She definitely doesn't stick up for anybody.
No.
All right. Well, this has been a really long episode and we definitely have to get to the after show, but how many felonies or misdemeanors did you have?
Well, I think a felony was me calling her a whore, but
I would say that's a felony.
I would, but she definitely had way more felonies to get me to do that felony.
Yes.
So
I think that the jury would rule in your favor. They would let you off.
I agree.
They would not convict you. So I think you're safe. You were charged with a felony. I don't think it's going to be on your record. We've expunged the felony.
All right.
I don't think I had. Did I have any? I don't think I had any. I was very low key this episode.
Yeah, I was till the end.
Yeah. Which is why I literally, when you started talking at the end, I'm like, stop talking. Like every time I see us like behave, and then we get to those last 3 minutes, I'm like, stop.
But there was no conflict in this
there
episode.
was Jill coming in, which isn't conflict.
Yeah, but that wasn't really a fight. They had to have a fight.
Leslie was fighty.
Yeah,
but nobody really cared.
Leslie doesn't really count, really. You know, I took one for the team.
You did. Thank you for that. Bottom of the pyramid for outfits. Oh, I got one.
Oh, I'm thinking that one blue one-shouldered shirt you had on.
No, I beg to differ. I think my skeleton sequin top is worse.
Okay, they tied. And I'm also putting Melissa's Pepto-Bismol.
Oh my God. Yeah, that was a bad one. Poof. That was bad.
Yeah, I didn't like that either.
What about top of the pyramid?
I don't know.
I liked your green dress at the competition.
Did you?
Yeah, I liked it. It was fine. I mean,
it was a comfy dress, actually.
Yeah, all things being considered, I think that might have been the best.
Okay.
You know?
We can go with that.
All right. What about favorite lines from the episode? We had a lot. There's a lot of really iconic dance mom lines in this one.
Yes. I have saved those tears for your pillow.
Okay.
And don't go there, you whore. And there was that one that you said that I said earlier, the best line ever. What was it?
I love when Jill talks in her
900 voice. Yeah. Those were my 3. I had 3 this time.
All right. Those are all good ones. Those are all good ones. I am going to say that my favorite lines are, I mean, I hate to give her these. I hate to like pick Abby lines as my favorite, but only because it became a TikTok sound. I don't care if it takes 2 hours or 4 hours. We're staying until the routine is clean. That one's pretty funny. This is not my favorite line, but one of the lines I get asked about a lot is the Weight Watchers line. I get that one quoted quite a bit. So I feel like that's a pretty popular line. But my favorite is, oh, you are a whore.
Oh, that was terrible. I don't know. I needed a few drinks to get through this one with that.
Did you? I was going to say, how many drinks did you need?
Not in the beginning. The whole beginning of the show, I was fine. I could have cared less, but it was just that very ending.
Oh, you are a whore. Yeah. I mean, I thought this was, you could totally tell that the vibe had changed. I didn't think it was a terrible episode. And I mean, I feel like we have some fun stories for the after party. So I guess we'll wrap it up and then we'll catch you over there.
Okay.
All right. We'll see you back here next week. Season 2, episode 2.
All right. Bye.
Bye.